What's coming next might surprise you. Your future is on the brink of a significant change. Be cautious, as you are about to enter into a marriage with someone who carries a heavy load of unresolved emotional issues and a troubling past that could impact your relationship. This isn't a minor detail. The person you believe is your perfect match might bring along secrets and challenges you've never imagined. As you read this, questions might be swirling in your mind. Remember, while we often focus on the present, in relationships, the past is equally important. The person you're planning to marry has a history from a previous marriage that still weighs on them. They may have tried to bury their past to move forward, but the emotional baggage is still there, hidden yet impactful, causing scars that could affect both of you. Think about this. Have you noticed subtle signs, like your partner's reactions to certain topics or their unexplained anxiety about their past? These are warning signs you might have overlooked. We all make excuses for the ones we love, but often, these excuses are just lies we tell ourselves to stay in a relationship. The past doesn't simply disappear, it reemerges, bringing unresolved issues to the surface again and again. You might think you're starting fresh with someone, but the truth is their past is very much a part of your present. Marrying someone who's divorced isn't a mistake in itself. Many people find love after heartbreak. However, it's crucial that any emotional wounds are acknowledged and addressed. If your partner hasn't properly dealt with their past, it could create constant conflict, turning you more into a therapist than a partner. These wounds might never heal completely and could affect your emotional well-being. If this message strikes a chord with you, it's important to acknowledge that while you may have thought your partner's previous marriage ended due to simple differences, the reality could be much deeper. Be ready to face these truths and consider what steps to take next for both of your sakes. But what if there's more to your partner's story than you know? Imagine if they are still emotionally connected to their ex, perhaps still looking for closure, or even still in regular contact. It's a scenario many overlook when deciding to marry someone with a history. Previous emotional bonds are hard to break, and these ongoing connections might sow seeds of doubt, mistrust, and insecurity in your new relationship. Listening to your gut feeling is key here. From a spiritual viewpoint, marrying someone who has not yet healed from their past can throw off your own spiritual balance. These unresolved matters are more than personal issues, they're spiritual burdens that impact both of you, potentially blocking your connection to higher spiritual forces. You might currently feel a gentle push to rethink your choices. If your relationship is missing honesty and openness, it could divert you from your spiritual journey. Staying receptive to spiritual guidance is essential as you navigate these waters. You might then ask, what does all this mean for you and your partner? The impact might be more profound than you anticipate. If these emotional issues aren't addressed, your marriage could be fraught with ongoing conflict, emotional disconnection, and persistent difficulties. Without addressing these problems, your marriage might end up being just a shell, superficially intact, but lacking depth, leaving you feeling drained and full of doubt about your decisions. Facing the truth head-on is critical. When emotional baggage from a partner's past isn't resolved, it doesn't just fade away, it festers, potentially erupting in unexpected ways. Your partner might seem distant or disconnected at times, not fully present in the moment with you. This can make you feel lonely and undervalued, as if you're living alongside a stranger rather than the partner you chose. Moreover, consider the possibility that your partner's previous relationships might still influence them, whether through lingering feelings or unresolved disputes. Such remnants of the past can overshadow your current relationship, making it hard to build a future together free from past encumbrances. It's like living with a ghost from their past, where feelings of jealousy and resentment can easily surface, disrupting the peace and love meant to flourish in your union. Recognizing these signs early can save you a lot of pain. It allows you both the opportunity to work through these issues together, perhaps with the help of counseling or spiritual advice. This is not just about fixing a problem, but about strengthening your bond and ensuring your relationship is built on a solid, truthful foundation. However, if these issues are left unaddressed, they could escalate into a cycle of blame and regret. The emotional toll on you could become unbearable, affecting not only your relationship but also your personal well-being and mental health. You might find yourself constantly trying to mend cracks that keep widening, which can be incredibly exhausting. This is why it's so important to consider these potential issues now, before you take the step to commit fully. You need to have honest, open discussions about each other's pasts and how they might affect your relationship. This isn't about dredging up past hurts for the sake of it, but rather ensuring you both have a clear understanding of what you're entering into. If you find yourself nodding along, feeling the weight of what's been said, then it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship. Ensure that you're not just swept up in the romance, overlooking potential red flags that could indicate deeper issues. If this message resonates with you, it's a call to action, not to walk away, but to engage fully and honestly to address these challenges. Taking proactive steps now can help prevent much heartache later and lead to a healthier, more fulfilling relationship. Knowing this, the first step is to recognize the emotional baggage your partner carries. This isn't about placing blame, but about understanding and healing together. You need open conversations, both with your partner and with yourself. Ask yourself, can I accept the reality of the situation? Can I love someone who hasn't fully healed? If not, is this the right relationship for me? If you're ready to work on healing together, consider this message a divine alert to help you avoid unnecessary pain. You're being shown the truth because it's vital for your soul's growth. You don't have to face this alone. With divine guidance, you can make the right decisions. The past of the person you're about to marry, everything they've gone through, every experience, and all the emotional scars they carry will become a part of your life. Some scars are so deep and painful that they can destroy everything you build together. If this resonates, type "I'm ready to break free from the chains." You might believe that love can conquer all, but when it comes to emotional baggage, love alone isn't enough. There will be days when it feels like you're battling an invisible enemy. Your partner may seem distant, cold, or unpredictable. They might feel like a stranger, making you wonder if you really know them at all. This isn't the relationship you dreamed of. You won't just face disagreements or misunderstandings. The silent weight of unresolved pain will show itself in outbursts, emotional withdrawal, insecurity, and fear. It's draining. Soon you'll notice that moments of joy and love are increasingly overshadowed by doubt and sadness. And the hardest part? Your partner may not even realize they are hurting you. If this strikes a chord, type "I am ready to fight for my peace." It's not just the emotional baggage that's troubling, it's also the lingering presence of their ex. Even if the previous marriage ended, the emotional or psychological ties might not have fully severed. Maybe there's unresolved business that keeps coming up. It's not just about the ex, it's about the shadow they cast over your relationship. The resentment, jealousy, and unhealed wounds from the past will seep into your marriage. Imagine realizing one day that your partner's mind and heart are still partly with their ex. Imagine the pain of knowing that despite their promises of love to you, a part of them remains tied to someone else. If you refuse to share your love with a ghost from the past, type "I refuse to share my love." What happens if you ignore these warnings and proceed as planned? You're heading toward a disaster. What seems minor now could grow into a huge, unmanageable mess. The emotional scars will deepen, old wounds will fester, and the relationship will spiral into bitterness and regret. This isn't just about your partner's baggage, it's about how it affects you, your future, and potentially your children. The emotional turmoil won't stay confined to just the two of you. It will seep into your home, your relationships, and your spirit, creating a toxic environment. Jesus is warning you today for a reason. You are called to see this situation clearly. If you let these unresolved emotional wounds dictate your future, the consequences could be devastating. If you're ready to prevent your future from unraveling, type "I am ready to prevent the future from unraveling." My dear viewers, show your support by giving a super thanks up to $20.